The perverse nature of American philosophy continues to amaze the rest of the civilized Western world. Another comment, I don't want unnecessary suffering, but criminals can be quite resourceful. They make weapons or plan escapes using things we never imagined. If there's a fan, it might be taken apart and used to make a sheath. HVAC grills could also be used. So I'd be curious if that's a consideration, just trying to fully understand. And you sound like a douchebag, Chuck Frazier. You sound like a douchebag, okay? Caption, it says, this is the caption. It says, prisoners are on the front lines of climate crisis of every type. Heat waves can be especially dangerous for incarcerated people, particularly in prisons that lack proper air conditioning. In Texas, this summer's heat wave has sent temperatures inside some prisons reach as high as 110 degrees. A recent survey by Texas A&M University's Hazard Reduction and Recovery Center, as well as the Texas Prisons Community Advocates Group, paints a picture of immense human suffering caused by environmental catastrophe and inaction by authorities. More than 6,000 heat-related grievances were filed in Texas prisons between September 2019 and August 2020. With just two-thirds of the state's prisoners in possession of their own cup to drink water with, thousands of incarcerated people are being left to languish in deadly temperatures without air conditioning or easy access to water. On this episode of Rallying the Bars, Monique Welch of the Houston Chronicle appears to discuss A&M's research on the condition of Texas sweltering prisons. Man, scary as hell to go to jail in Texas in the summertime and they don't have no damn air conditioning there. You can literally die. I'm an asthmatic. They're going to kill my ass. Let me read this. It says, this is her comment underneath the video. I've read that in New Jersey prison, the heating system broke in the winter and went unprepared for many months. Cruel treatment of prisoners throws the justice system into disrepute. And it's like, no matter, people are like, well, you shouldn't have went to jail. Well, you shouldn't have did whatever you did to go to jail. But y'all don't see how people go to jail for no reason. They make mistakes. Some of these people are innocent. So even if you're like, okay, well, you shouldn't have went to jail. Well, what about the innocent people that are in there getting baked and frozen? Y'all don't care, huh? Don't care. It's like, it's not me. I don't care. Let me read some more. It says, this is torture, not figuratively speaking, not just technically. It's literal torture. That's what it is. They're torturing these inmates, bro. Because that's what I was talking about. Even the ones that didn't die from the heat stroke or having a heart attack or whatever. What about all the rest of them that lived? What about them? Like, you don't think that it had an impact on them? How stressful was it? Some of them was probably right on the edge of death. So these people are getting tortured. Let me read some more. It says, locking people in cages against their will for mostly nonviolent offenses is the behavior of a sociopath. And our society is sociopathic. And that's true. A lot of the people in prison are committed nonviolent offenses. What? They stole some potato chips out of the store or something. You know what I'm saying? They tried to get some groceries. They came out of Home Depot with some shit. Like, I'm not saying this is everybody, but a lot of people are in prison for stuff like that. Do you really feel like these people are criminals and they deserve to be baked and frozen to death? Let me read some more comments. It says, I had heat stroke at Massachusetts State Prison. It was over 110 and only one fan for 300 guys. Very sad. Another comment, very good and important episode, and Monique speaks very well. Her words are clear, and I definitely appreciate this. Another one, thank you both so much. Wonder what the humidity readings were. Wet bulb temps. It says, as the human race, we should do better. It says, even the most violent prisoners deserve basic comforts and not to be tortured with heat or cold. That should be common fucking sense, but y'all not worried about none of that, huh? Fuck around and go to jail, and then you be in that hell baking to death for you because you had an out sticker and an outbreak light, and you didn't pay your insurance, and they got you 2 or 3 times. No license tickets to get your ass in prison here in the States. I mean, in Texas. They will get your ass for that. So you got people in jail because they let their damn driver's license expire and they couldn't pay the fines. Do you think that person deserves to be baked or frozen to death? Let me read some more. It says, Eighth Amendment protection from cruel and unusual punishment. Prisons should be aware sometimes innocent people do get convicted. They should not be treated inhumanely just because they are in prison. That's what I just said. Another one. This is a reminder that whatever we're going through, American prisons are going through it 100 times worse. We can be so much better, and we should. Personal experience with this subject, it's terribly hot in there. The drinking water provided is awful. Also, we were punished in the winter with freezing temps also. Social communities prevent crime and cure addictions. Pity the U.S. isn't one. The journalist's brains are hot enough to cause global warming on her own. I'm grateful she's the human side. What a beautiful person. Well done, bro. Inspiring love, faith, and hope. Another one. I will show this to my son why he don't want to do something to be in this situation. I'm telling you, bro. Straight and narrow. Keep your head down. Don't look up. Do whatever your boss says. Pay your insurance. Make sure your license don't expire. Don't speed. None of that. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Let me read some more. I'm going to say that 31 unites the claim. Wait. I'm going to say that the 31 units they claim have AC are the small short time stay units. The state jails and farm units don't have AC. And I'm going out on a limb here and saying the info they gave you is not quite accurate. I could be wrong, but I've been out for nearly 10 years, but I would like to see the list if I could. Sounds even better than the truth saying 30 units have AC, but I'm skeptical of that. Yeah, man, them 30 units are probably the units for the wardens and staff members or something. It says, I'll bet the guards are in air-conditioned offices. Their union insists. That's not true in all these prisons, bro. The guards is baking too in some of these prisons. Everybody freaking suffering in there. Another comment, it says, yes, it is definitely a human rights violation, as is the entire system, which incarcerated these individuals while disguising the effort as some sort of reform program. How are you going to reform somebody by baking them and freezing to death? They're going to get out of jail and be a better person after that? We don't care. We're not thinking of that. They just say reform, just like they say democracy. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just something you say. It's nice words. Don't really mean it. Another comment, it says, the perverse nature of American philosophy continues to amaze the rest of the civilized Western world. Another comment, I don't want unnecessary suffering, but criminals can be quite resourceful. They make weapons or plan escapes using things we never imagined. If there's a fan, it might be taken apart and used to make a sheath. HVAC grills could also be used. So I'd be curious if that's a consideration, just trying to fully understand. And you sound like a douchebag. You sound like a douchebag, Chuck Frazier. You sound like a douchebag, okay? Chuck Frazier, you sound like a douche. They're going to make weapons. Okay, that's possible, bro. But you want them to, so then that justifies them baking or freezing to death because they might use weapons out of it. So that justifies them baking to death, bro, having heart attacks and shit, literally dying. That justifies it, right? Well, they shouldn't have did what they did. You're one of those kind of guys, right? Good see your ass in there. I bet you ain't never been in jail, Chuck. Let me read some more. So, and it'd be funny if everything just flips, because a lot of y'all are criminals. The ones that's out here looking at those people like, oh, they're such horrible people. Y'all are out here doing fucking real crimes and getting the fuck away with it all the time. You're so hypocritical. Y'all fucking suck. Let me read another one. The prison industrial complex must go green as quickly as possible from this point forward. All new prisons under construction must be built with sustainable materials. Also, the same will apply to retrofitting existing facilities. All indoor plumbing, heating, cooling, and electricity must be provided by renewable sources only. I don't know how your comment fits, bro. Let's read some more. Absolutely no exceptions whatsoever. In order to further reduce wastage and carbon emissions, all books, music, and allowable media will be distributed digitally via specifically tablets operating only on solar power. Commissary items will be totally banned. What? Who the fuck are you? Prison diets will focus exclusively on healthy, sustainable vegan meals such as Nutriloaf. You gotta be joking at this point, bro. Furthermore, all prisons would undergo daily mandatory education on environmental protection and reducing the carbon footprints. Lastly, any material that can be recycled will be done so and vigorously enforced, including food items. There will be no unnecessary waste. With such measure, the prisons system could easily reach full sustainability, reaching zero carbon emissions. Remember, folks, there's no plan B. Okay, so this guy looked at this as an opportunity. So the topic of this video is talking about the heat in the prisons and how it's like cruel and unusual punishment. That's the point of the video. And this guy found it an opportunity to try to sell us on green energy. Like, you're going to push somebody over to your side underneath a video about people who are, so then you tie the prison. So that's your connection. So because it's prison, so, oh, they're talking about prison. I bet you this person didn't even watch the video. You're a bot, bruh. That's why we call y'all bots. You're a bot. Another comment says 8th Amendment violation. Another one, it says it's 110 in my house too, and I have no money for air conditioning or the stupid electric bill that comes with it, and I am not a criminal. Deal with it. Okay, so now this argument right here is the fairest one, even though it's cruel. That's a fair argument. It's like, okay, I'm out here in the real world, and I can't afford to pay for my light bill. So I'm baking too. So like I'm not even a prisoner and I'm out here fucking about to have a heat stroke and heart attack in my house and I'm free. That's a fair argument. But it also points to what's fucked up about our society, what's really foul, right? So you got old people who use oxygen tanks and stuff like that. You got older folks who have blood pressure and heart conditions just like those people in prison, and they are out here in the free world. Is it okay that they bake to death in their house? Should we care about that as a society? All the money that we spend on taxes, this, that, and other. What about all the money we sent to Ukraine this past year? Just this year alone. You think that could possibly have had an impact on some people that here in the States that are hot? Could we have spent that money on that? That's crazy talk, right? Crazy talk. Okay, I sympathize with you guys in Ukraine, but hey, we got old people over here baking to death in their house. So, good, fair argument, but you're pointing to the whole problem, the problem with society. And like, I think that you're probably not seeing it, but this is pointing to a real problem. So you're like, it's 110 degrees in my house too, and I have no money for air conditioning and a stupid electric bill that comes with it, and I'm not a criminal, deal with it. So, and then like those criminals, we can ask you, what decisions did you make so that you couldn't pay your light bill? Are you smoking crack? What kind of bill do you, what kind of, why is your bill so high? What money do you have coming in? Did you plan for that light bill? We can ask you that. We can say you deal with it. You made bad decisions, just like those people that ended up in prison, the ones that did commit crimes. They made bad decisions. Now they're getting baked to death. You made bad decisions. Now your ass is getting baked to death. How about that? How about that? So, but what I'm saying is nobody should be getting baked or frozen to death. Like we live in this abundance. You know what I'm saying? We live in the modern world, the richest time ever. Like they talk about GDP and all of that shit every day. How does that affect the regular person living every day? The person that needs to pay their light bill. The GDP is great, but this person is baking to death in his house. We don't care. What about all the money that they're taking out of your damn check? What about all the taxes you pay when you go buy gas or groceries or go to the corner store or buy a house or whatever the hell? Where is all this money going? Does it build the streets? Why the streets shitty? What the fuck is up with the freeways and bridges fucking crumbling down? Where is the money going? Let me read some more. It says, really, Brown? And just how are they supposed to pay for electricity when they get paid 28 cents an hour? If indeed they have a job in prison, you're sick. And since when are any jails or prison in USA comparable to any kind of hotel, much less a five-star one? I don't know what he's talking about there. It must have been a previous comment or something that was said on the, I don't know, I missed it. He probably coming back to something I read earlier. Another one, it says, couldn't some billionaire take 0.000000001% of his wealth and buy solar and air conditioning for them? Oh, I forget, all our billionaires are sociopaths. Well, see, look, I have a problem with this comment because the idea of Batman, and I talk about Batman, it's like Batman and Superman is going to come save us or whatever. Fucking Iron Man is going to come save us. Fucking Jeff Bezos, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, you know what I'm saying? Nikola Tesla, one of these guys, not Nikola Tesla, he's passed away. I'm thinking of the guy who does the Tesla, I can't think of his name. One of these guys are going to come and save and fix the world and all of this bullshit. Like, this is never going to happen. This is the way the system is set up because each one of us is like fighting to be Mark Zuckerberg or whatever, you know? And like, if I get there, I'm going to save the world. I'm going to cure world hunger. Bull fucking shit. The only way we'll fix any of this shit is the system. It's not individuals that can fix this. I say this all the time, and I know people don't understand me. That's why I keep saying it over and over, but people don't manage people. Systems manage people, okay? People manage systems. Please understand this. The systems are what are driving the behaviors of the people because they are shoveled down this road of fucking capitalism and fighting against each other, individualism, and trying to fucking make it to the top of the hill. This is the system, okay? You as an individual have no control over that, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? If you're living in the dynamic of the system. And you try to manage other people and tell them, stop doing that, do something better, do this thing, do that thing. Meanwhile, the system drives them right down the road of doing the very thing that's fucking everything up. Okay? So, but if you want to fix these things, then you have to focus on the system that's in place and change that. If you change the way the system, this is a basic systems that are in place and been there forever that has to be burnt the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And redone. And then it'll guide people into healthier lifestyles and we'll have a better world. It's really simple. Call me crazy. Another comment, it says, it's not the Hilton. They should have thought of that before that they did the crime. Okay. What we have here is a failure to communicate. I love that line. You got your mind straight now, Luke? What we have here is a failure to communicate. That line is from a couple of movies. It's been recycled. I really liked it in what was that? That was Halloween. It was the version that was done by, what's that guy's name? He has a band. He's known by his band. Rob Zombie. That guy. He did a version of Halloween with Michael Myers. And there's a clip in the video where the tall black guy, badass, and he's got this big ass knife, and Michael Myers is standing outside of the toilet stall, and Michael don't talk or whatever. I guess he bumped the thing or he knocked on it or whatever. He hit it, and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna be here for a while. I just ate a big burrito." You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then Michael Myers bangs on the thing again. He's like, "Man, get on, man. You want to wank off or some shit? I'm not interested," or some shit. And bangs on the door again. Then he's like, "What we have here is a failure to communicate." And he pulls out his big ass knife and fucking, I want to say, how does it happen? He ends up with his hand stabbed with the knife, and Michael Myers handled him short work. People are abusing their kids with this filter. I don't like that. It's funny. No, it's not.